Welcome to the art room. I'm Mrs. Red and I've got a new series called How To Now You Do. It's all about taking simple art skills, showing you a 10 to 15 minute video and then you going and trying the art skill as well. Please enjoy the first one, which is a drawing of a ball on a surface, showing you 3 different ways that you can shade it in. Enjoy. Alright, so I'm just going to do one ball at a time, as in drawing them up. Be mindful not to apply too much pressure to do the circle. And the other thing is, I'm not doing perfect circles here because I don't want it to be a perfect circle. I want them to look a little bit more like a little stone sitting on the surface, or sitting on the ground. For all 3 of these little drawings, you can see that they're not big circles. Again, you don't want to do too big because it's going to take too long to do one of the little toning exercises that I'm doing today. The pencil I'm using is a 2B, which is a really good pencil to do a tonal exercise in, mainly because it will go quite dark and you can still use it very softly and just put a little bit of pressure down on the pencil, which is what I'm doing here. Alright, so I'm just finishing off just applying the graphite to the surface of the ball, and then I'm going to start to put a little bit more pressure down to get a little bit more tone happening. So this ball is just a shading ball. We're just shading. This is just simple drawing, what we all do. You will also notice that there is a little area there down to the right of the ball that I'm just filling it in now, which is going to be lighter than the darkest part of the ball. That is called the reflective light, and the reason we do a little bit of reflective light is because if we had the dark ball, the shadow of the ball connecting with the shadow on the surface, you're going to get no break in between the 2 objects, and it's going to create a little bit of a flat feel to it. So you must remember to put that reflective light in it. It's very easy to forget it as well. I think it's the 3rd ball that I do that I actually almost forget having it there, but I've managed to save it just. So you'll also notice that I've just left that little highlight up the top there, which is obviously where the light source is coming from. And now just finishing off, just going a little bit harder and working over that area so that you can't see where the pencil has been. You can't see the direction that I'm drawing in, and just making that area a little bit darker. And then I'll head on to the shadow of the ball. So do remember what I said about these are not meant to be perfect. I can see a little bit of graphite that's gone outside of my little stone, but this is just an exercise. We're not doing finished artworks here. We are doing little exercises. So applying that little cast shadow in now to the bottom of the ball, and again I will get lighter as I move away from the ball. So I'm just just neatening up the car shadow here now. Probably went a little bit too much to the left of the shadow as well, so just needing to fill that bit in. And I wish now, looking back at this, because this is a voiceover, the reflective light is probably still a bit too light. It could be a bit darker. You can see where the ball is and where the shadow is. All right, so we're moving on to our second ball now, and this one is going to be a cross-hatching style, as you will now see. Now, cross-hatching can be done very neatly and have a lot of purpose to the direction that you do your cross-hatching in, or it can be a little bit messier. I think I'm a little bit messier with mine. I almost forget a highlight area on this one, and then I realise that I've got to just leave a little spot there, no pencil marks, as my little highlight. So I tend to mainly just do a plus sign. So, but there may be a different direction that some of this cross-hatching takes as well, which is perfectly fine. You can do a diagonal cross-hatch as well as the plus sign cross-hatch. So, and again, just building up that area in the shadow area of the ball by both doing a lot more lines and also pressing a little bit harder. You might be able to hear our birds in the background. I can't exactly tell them that I'm recording. And also my father-in-law has decided to turn up and cut the lawn, which I love, but the timing is always, could be better. So I'm now just darkening that area, the shadow area, just to give it that tone once again. But this whole little ball has all been done with the cross-hatching, and so will the shadow as well. It takes a little bit more time to think about the cross-hatching because it's not as natural. You don't do it as much, whereas the first ball is very natural to sort of like colour something in, to shade it in. And you'll notice that I've nearly forgotten that reflective area on the little ball as well. Yes, I'm definitely competing with all the elements today. The birds just had a big chat, and that lawnmower will be coming closer as I go on, so I better get on with this drawing. You can see that that cast shadow as well is actually a lot easier to do than the shadow on the first ball. Just making sure, you can see a little bit of reflective light, thank goodness. I saved it just in time. Very easy to forget though. But you can see what would happen if there wasn't that reflective light. It would just all blend in together and would not look like a ball sitting on a surface. The cross-hatching also gives quite a lot of texture to the drawing, whereas the blended one just looks a lot more smoother. This one has got that texture, a lot of more roughness to it. Okay, so for this third and final ball, you can see what I'm doing right here. This is called a scribble. Basically, there's no other technical term for it. It's a scribble texture. It does give it quite a lot of texture in the end, and very easy to do too. Again, quite natural for us just to have this round motion happening with a pencil, more so than say the cross hatching. And yeah, it's just a process of toning in the area again by just pressing harder with the pencil and applying more little scribbles. And this is the one that I definitely almost forgot, that reflective light area. So I think I managed to just pull it off once again. Yeah, you've just got to remember there's got to be that little highlight area, and there's got to be the reflective light area as well if you're going to be putting a shadow underneath. This one has obviously been the quickest to do as well, trying to get that little reflective light area in there, managing it, and then just getting lighter as I go out. And there we go, we've got the 3 balls there, the blended, the cross hatching and the scribble. So now it's your turn to go and try these exercises and just add another style of drawing to how you can draw different objects and everything, and there's plenty more as well, but I just wanted to focus on 3. I hope you enjoyed that video as much as I did drawing it. Now it's time for you to go away and draw 3 balls in those 3 different ways of shading. Make sure that you visit the website as well. It will appear just here now, and on there you'll be able to enroll in the monthly online art classes. There's art supplies that you can buy, and there's also the blog, which is where this video will also appear. Until the next one, thank you again, and I'll see you next time.